The drama begins with the year 2223, where the female lead of this drama, Yen Mo, tells us that she has a rare blood disease for the treatment of which she will need a serum made from the blood of a special person. But after a lot of searching it's found that that person is 200 years back, i.e. in 2023. Jan is a very big actor of her time and also very rich, so she gets a time travel machine made by her scientist friend to go to 2023. Meanwhile, his friend and his secretary, Oxio, also arrive and tell him that he has to go to 2023 today, and Xiao will also go with him. Jan's friend gives him a bracelet so that Jan can observe the blood of that person in it and make a serum from it, and also gives him a small vial and says that it will help him disappear whenever needed. With this, both of them enter the time travel machine and it moves towards 2023. The machine tells Jan that the person she is going to possess is named Guyan. He is a very genius scientist, but his behavior is a bit rude. Meanwhile, the machine stops in front of Gus' house, where Jan slowly enters Gus' house and starts looking at all the things in the hall. One thing falls from her hand. Due to which Guy, who is sleeping, wakes up and he comes out and sees Jan in his house and asks her, "Who are you and what are you doing here?" Jan suddenly attacks him and sticks a bracelet to his chest so that she can collect blood in it, but the opposite happens and the time travel starts reversing and the morning of the same night comes. Jan, seeing all this, asks what happened and how did I come back? By then, Seos also comes there and tells that you suddenly used the bracelet and that too on her clothes. Due to this, the time has gone back. You have to use this bracelet very carefully. First of all, you have to change your appearance. You have to wear clothes and makeup according to this world. For this, she does a lot of shopping with Yan Xiaoyou and also fixes her makeup. Here we see that Guy is a very punctual person and he does all his work in a very systematic manner. After getting up on time in the morning, taking a bath and getting ready, Go leaves for his office. He has a meeting with the investor in the office where Gu's behavior is very rude, due to which everyone is very angry with him. After the meeting is over, Gu is sitting in his office when his best friend and business partner, Su Yu, enters, who is angry with Gu because he too did not behave well with the investors. Gu lovingly tells him that as long as you are with me, I do not need to worry about all these things, due to which Soyu's mood also cools down a bit. Now in the next scene, we are shown that Jan and Zia will come out of Guy's room. Jan asks Ayal about the key, then Sale tells that you don't know, but your bracelet is the key to many locks. On hearing this, Yen opens Guy's door with her bracelet and goes into the room. After going inside, she sees that Guy is sleeping comfortably. Then she removes his blanket and starts cutting his clothes so that she can collect blood from the bracelet. Meanwhile, Gu wakes up and both of them start screaming, looking at each other. Gu asks her, "What were you doing?" To which Jan says, "I am a big fan of yours and I wanted to meet you." Gus says that if you are such a big fan of mine, then tell me. I attended a meeting last week. What color clothes did I wear in it? Jan says that whatever the color was, but you look beautiful as always, to which Gu says that this is where your lie was caught. I did not attend any meeting last week. After this, Jan says that it seems I accidentally came into your room in my sleep. Okay. I am leaving. Then Gus stops her from behind and both of them start fighting with each other. While fighting, Gu falls out of the room and Jan falls on him and Jan accidentally kisses Gu on his chest. Both get embarrassed and go to their respective rooms. When Gu goes to the office, all the staff there talking among themselves that there was a girl with Gu at night. Maybe she is his girlfriend. Then Su also comes to his office and asks, "Is this news true that you have a girlfriend?" To which Gu says that there is no such thing. On the other hand, Xiao tells Yen that there is a requirement for the job of secretary in Guy's office so that you can always stay with Guy, so Yen applies for that job and also passes the exam. But when Gu comes to know that his new secretary is Yen, he refuses to keep her in his office and throws her out. Then we see that Guy is drinking coffee at a cafe outside the office and Jan follows him and reaches Guy. There, both of them see that a man was making a video of a girl. Gus stops him, but the man runs away from there. Both Guy and Jan start chasing him, while Jan catches hold of the man and beats him up. Gov also reaches there, and in the meantime, both of them have a nice conversation. Next, we see that God is sleeping in his office when Jan comes to give him coffee. And seeing Gus sleeping, she wants to take advantage of the situation and starts opening the buttons of his shirt. But then Gu wakes up and instead presses Jan's hand on the sofa. Meanwhile, Sue comes there and says, "What are you two doing?" To which Jan says, "I just came to give him coffee," and Gus starts drinking coffee and says yes. She just came to give coffee and the coffee is good. Yen leaves from there. Then Sue says, "Is she the same girl who was with you that day in the hotel, and is she really your girlfriend?" To which Guy says that there is no such. By then, Sue gets a call from a person named Fried Chicken, who is a new character in this drama, Han. He always keeps feeding his fried chicken to people. Han sees Jan coming to Guy's office and says that you are the same girl from the hotel, right? One to which Jan gives him a rude reply and leaves from there. Han is sitting with Gu and Sue where Gu teases him that you are my sister's boyfriend, yet you don't know which place my sister likes right now. On this, Han gets angry and leaves from there and says that you want to trouble me. Now I will also teach you a lesson, and he goes and meets Jan and says that if you want Gu to be impressed by you, then for that, you should make him drink alcohol because after drinking alcohol, Gu is not in his senses. All the office people go to party and say that Guy will not come to the party again today because he never comes to parties, on which Yen says that I promise that I will call him here in 15 minutes. In saying this, Jan calls Guy and says, that come to the party in 15 minutes or else I will tell everyone about that night. On hearing this, Guy quickly leaves all his work and comes to the where Jan offers a drink to Guy, but Guy refuses, to which Jan again says that do you drink or I will tell everyone about last night's incident. On which Good quickly starts drinking, and Good asks on him to drink as well. Good drinks a bit too much, which Jan takes on her shoulder and goes to her house. Where Jan drops Good on her bed, Good's nose starts bleeding due to hitting the walls. Yen cleans it and, taking advantage of the opportunity, finally takes Gu's blood with her bracelet. And when she puts her bracelet in the system so that serum can be made from Gu's blood, but the system says that the process failed, to which IAO says that maybe this blood doesn't have his emotions. That's why the system failed this process. Saddened by this, Jan says that how can she bring out emotions in such a stone-hearted person? To which Exile says that, no, there will be someone for whom Zhu will have emotions. Yen sees Guy's memory, in which Gu saved a girl's life. Yen thinks that we should make Gu meet that girl so that his emotions will come out. On the other hand, we see that Zhu finds out about Yen. A man comes and tells her that all the information Yen has given us about herself is false. No one knows her here, so Sue directly comes to Guy's office, where Jan is also present. Sue stops Jan and asks that all the information you have given about yourself is false. So now you tell us the truth. Why are you doing this? Scared that now my secret is out, Jan drinks CC and disappears. Along with that, both of them also disappear and reverse the time and reach the same morning. Seeing this, Jan says that okay, time has been reversed. Now I will handle that situation. Jan is secretly waiting for Good in the office when Gu comes to her from behind and asks, what are you doing? Jan says nothing, intriguing him. She leaves from there. Meanwhile, Sue comes there and gives Good the ticket of the music concert. Jan also reaches the concert venue where she gets to know that the concert has been cancelled due to bad weather and it starts raining. Then Gu also comes there and takes Jan under his umbrella. Then we are shown the same scene which Jan had seen in Gu's memory while saving that girl, but this time, Jan is there. Jan, meanwhile, in 22:23, Jan's friend, Luffy, says that Jan is repeatedly reversing time and she does not know that she is only 1 year and she has wasted 2 months so quickly. I have to go to Jan by time traveling so that I can help her, and he also travels through time and comes to January. Jan becomes very ill due to getting wet in the rain, and she is sleeping when she suddenly wakes up after seeing Luffy. And then Luffy comes to know that Song often comes to a cafe, so he goes there to meet her and sees that Song pretends a lot and everything. Knowingly, she comes late and apologizes to everyone and asks to sit between 2 boys to get attention, and she says sorry to everyone and everything. So Luffy also does the same as Song is doing. He also apologizes to everyone for coming late. Song says in her mind that why is he copying me, and both of them keep staring at each other the whole time. Now, everyone starts leaving the restaurant where Song tells Lofi that I know you want my number, to which Lofi says that no, I wanna know why you do this. Now we see that Guy is telling everyone about one of her projects in a meeting where a man keeps bothering her by asking her questions, but God does not pay attention to him, due to which the man gets angry. Hannah is watching all this sitting and takes God away from there by making an excuse. Sue also follows them. Now everyone is standing in front of the lift. Then Sue starts asking questions to January. Chio had already told Jan everything, so she quickly gives all the answers. Sue says that whatever information you've given about yourself, why don't the people there know about you? Jan says that I don't know why people don't remember me. When Gu asks about the password of the room, she says that I got the password by making arrangements with hotel people. And while saying this, she puts her hand in Gu's hand, on which Gu also does not say anything, and both of them leave from there, or says that this girl is not as simple as she looks. On the other hand, we see that Song is caught dating 3 boys at the same place in which Lofi is involved. Lofi asks her why she dates so many boys, to which Song replies that she is looking for her true love. Song says that in my childhood, I liked a boy who used to play the piano, and his mother used to be my piano teacher, but after her sudden death, he disappeared, and because of him, I studied piano further so that I could meet him someday, but I haven't met him yet. She was actually talking about Gu. On the other hand, we see that Yen learns from her office colleague that Gu is unwell, so she goes to meet Gu at her house. Their Guy is shivering with cold, and on seeing Yen at his door, he falls asleep on her shoulder. Yen somehow brings him and makes him sleep on the bed, and is about to leave when Gu pulls her towards himself and falls asleep, holding her. Jan also falls asleep, and she also sleeps there. Now we are shown that the next morning, Guy's sister Guzzy comes to her house, and seeing both of them sleeping together, she starts taking pictures of both of them. Then Gu wakes up and he stops Guzzy from taking pictures, on which Guzzy holds her by the ear and makes her sit down and says that apologize to Anne and you will have to give him his rights, and goes away calling herself Guzzy's elder sister. Here ends part 1 of the drama. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and check out our other selection of recaps.